Hello again, everybody. It's Glenda with AKA GK Fralin, a friendly community, and we welcome you to join us. I am going to, tomorrow, just to let you know, I am going to call my pulmonologist. And I'm going to see if he wants to schedule me for either a CT scan or chest x-ray. Hopefully I can get in earlier on the day of my appointment, because what's been happening is, and it's why you don't see me moving around very much, my oxygen saturation when I do get up and move around has been dropping down below 80, which is not good. It's not good to have it below 90, and into the 70s is definitely not good. And it's just with walking around. I mean, I'm not, and I just from one room to the next. That and my pulse, when that happens, it gets up around 140, somewhere in there. And as long as I can get things to stabilize within a short time, you know, setting down or something, that's not so bad, but it's just not, it's not something that you want to mess with. So I'm just letting you know that's kind of why, that's my plan, because I don't lie to you guys. I don't talk about my COPD every day on here. The reason is it's a little obvious I'm not a healthy person. But, well, I'm going to put it this way. I'm not in the best of health. No, far from it. But I'm not my disease either. So I'll keep you informed about what's going on. You know, because who knows, I might be taking my camera to the hospital someday. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to see what happens. Otherwise, things are going good. The ornaments, I've been working on those, and Joe cut out a bunch of them tonight. 6. Well, at first, the scissors he was using, for some reason, I could not find the good scissors. And I was using these ones I had for trimming hair. You know, the ones that I trimmed my own hair with when I decided that I just couldn't handle it anymore. Anyway, but it might reach that pretty soon. Because it is a little unruly, but I don't know. See if I let it grow down a little farther, maybe it'll get out over those ears, and I don't know. But anyway, so he was using those, and those have just those little holes, finger holes. His thumb was just cramping up something awful, poor guy. Anyway, so he said, well, what did you do with the good scissors? And I said, I've looked everywhere for them. I don't know where they went. And all of a sudden he stops, just, they're in the office. I said, you mean you've had them in there the whole time, and you're wondering what I did with them? That's typical marriage, isn't it? Isn't that typical marriage? Anyway. So, blame me. He's in bed now. But I'm sure he heard me. A lot of times he goes in there and turns his TV on to the American Hero channel, because you see a lot of interesting things on there. He likes history. He likes watching History Channel. He really likes, what is the name of that show? If he can find it, it's on all day. Pickers, American Pickers. And it is an interesting show. If I get into watching it with him, then yeah, I will. I will watch it with him. Because they are kind of funny. They're goofy like us, and they're Midwesterners, and I don't know. They're interesting. And the stuff the places they go and the things they see, that's all interesting too. Now I need to find something interesting besides sitting here and talking about, what did I just talk about? Are you ready for a poem by GK Fralin? Okay, gotta go to Facebook real quick. Hope Bucket. Darker days of winter, my lips don't turn upward at the corners. My body wants to sit under blankets and do nothing. Then my eyes find the bright sun. My mouth opens, singing chords of the season. I'll make tally marks of my blessings and fill up my hope bucket. That was from 2014, December 2014. The story that kind of goes with that, when I was in the hospital one time, my sister brought me a bucket that had the word hope on it. And inside it had well, I couldn't have any real plants because of my, well, I could, but who knows which ones. So anyway, it was a very nice, very real looking green plant. But anyway, now I did have it hanging on a hook called my hope bucket. This is the story. Marlene, one of my neighbors, gave us a bunch of gladiola bulbs. I asked Joe if he would plant them for me since I would likely have to call the ambulance after digging the first hole. Okay, maybe the second. He gave me one of those I'd rather be somewhere else kind of looks and planted the gladiolas on the north border of our lot as I directed. Then he was entertained by our neighbor Jim, who came over and chatted with him as he planted. The gladiolas had sprouts on them when he planted them, all in a row, kind of like Contrary Mary's garden of cockleshells and silverbells. I awaited the flowers to grow and bloom in rich colors. Then Joe mowed the yard with his riding mower happily, letting the sound of the mower drone out everything except his own thoughts. I like the sound of the mower too, as long as it roars in the back or side yard, and as long as he misses my flowers. You know by now where this is going. Yes. He mowed over the gladiolas. I saw him. I couldn't get out the door fast enough to stop him. After Joe quit for the day, he came in with a sheepish grin. You mowed over the gladiolas. I know. You planted them. I know. I forgot about them. I know, said I. End of story. Thus, I finished with my gladiolas. If you enjoyed anything, or if you go back and watch some others and you just like some of the things you see with this channel, then please give me thumbs ups and, well, you can only give me one at a time, but subscribe. And if you have someone you want to share it with, please do. So, anyway, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully we'll see you again. And not just in the funny papers. Well, everybody, you know I love you all. And I do ask for your thoughts and prayers for that thing I mentioned in the beginning. Might just be part of the disease, or there might be something more to it, and we'll find out what it is. And whatever happens from there. But anyway, the poem and story, I hope you enjoyed those. The story with the gladiolas is true. It was at another house that we had, and I think I said Jim in the story, and I didn't want to change it mid-story, but I think it was actually Bill, because Bill was Marlene's, and he's very big on having his yard very nice and stuff. But I'm sure he found the humor in all that too. But I think Joe was glad to have his company while he was planting those. Unfortunately, they didn't make it. It wasn't the first time Joe plowed down, I guess, mowed down some of my flowers, but I did have flowers that did make it. I had some beautiful naked ladies that would come up every year. And I think now, though, I've been by over there, and they need to be dug up and the bulbs separated out and replanted. But my daughter just doesn't have the time. Anyway, but and I also, it took me years, but I grew these gorgeous yellow tea roses. I love yellow roses. I am not big on the color yellow in a lot of places, but I like yellow flowers. I like yellow. I carried yellow roses in my wedding. I love the little yellow tea roses. I love any yellow rose. I like roses, period. But the yellow ones, the daffodils, yellow tulips, I like tulips of any color. And I like white roses as well as pink roses and red roses. But my favorites are the yellow. And that's that. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day and evening. Be blessed. Count your blessings. Throw them in your hope bucket. And hasta mañana.